Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about the arteries and veins of the upper arm. Let's start from here. This red one here, this is subclavian artery, and when it reaches to the axilla it become axillary artery, and coming down here become brachial artery. If you look at here, there is this circuit branch here. This is called circumflex humeral artery, and these circumflex humeral arteries, they are wrapping around the neck of the humerus, and right below that is where brachial artery starts. There is right underneath this, there is another extension here. This is called a deep brachial artery or deep artery of the arm, which supplies blood for posterior side of the arm for triceps brachia, and this brachial artery supplies blood for anterior flexor muscles of the arm. A brachial artery coming down here and divides to two parts, two branches. One of them is on the medial side of the forearm. This one is on the lateral side of the forearm. The lateral side is toward the thumb side. If you remember, when we were working on the bones in the class, I told you because of radius bone is on the lateral side, you can remember, you want to remember where the radius bone is on the lateral side. You can remember this. I turn my radio on with my thumb, so the radius is on the thumb side, so the radial artery is toward the thumb side, and then the other one, ulnar, is toward the pinky. This radial artery supplies the lateral muscles of the forearm, wrist, thumb, and index finger, and the ulnar artery provides blood for fingers 3 to 5 and medial side of the index finger and medial side of the forearm. We come to the wrist. There are 3 loops here. Let's just talk about the one on the front and the middle one. This on the front, it's called superficial palmar arch, which gives a rise to digital arteries, and the middle one, you can see it in here, that middle part, and that is deep palmar arch, which gives a rise to metacarpal metacarpal arteries. Let's take a look at on veins on the other side. So for the veins, I'm going to start from here, go toward the heart, because veins bring the blood back to the heart. It starts from digits, then metacarpals coming up. There are 2 arches here. One of them is this one. This is called it's called superficial venous palmar arch, and the other one, that one below it, it's called deep venous palmar arch. The arches empty the blood into 2 veins, which toward the thumb side, this one is this one is the radial vein, and this one is ulnar vein. Both of the veins, they coming up, they join to brachial vein. Brachial vein coming up here become axillary, by axilla become axillary vein, then join to subclavian, bring the blood to brachiocephalic, and then from here to superior vena cava. There are 2 veins on the lateral medial side of the forearm and arm, continuing from wrist, from wrist coming up. This one is cephalic vein, from forearm coming up to the arm, the cephalic vein, and this one is the basilic vein coming from medial side of the forearm coming up here. So the cephalic vein here goes up all the way, passes the arm, arm coming up to axial here, joins the subclavian, and the other one, the basilic one, coming all the way up and passes the arm parallel to this one, and eventually it's joining the brachial vein, and then gets into axilla, and by axilla gets into axillary vein and goes further. If you look at here, we have this Y shape here that joins this cephalic to from cephalic, one from basilic, and this one, there are two tiny small veins here, which is, this one is median basilic and this one is median cephalic. They both of them come here, they join to this median antibrachial. This is a Y formation, but for those have H formation, you actually, the reason I'm mentioning, because there is a vein that it's on the list in the class, I talked about it, median cubital vein. That vein is for H formation, which doesn't show here, but I'm just explaining that medial cubital vein connects the cephalic vein to basilic vein, and then also connects to median antibrachial vein.